Hey, welcome back. I had a physics question. Well, not a question. A mind-breaking puzzle. So let me show you it. This is basically my attempt to say that Archimedes' principle feels a lot more like wizardry than science. Let me put it this way. I'll explain the question. I had this in university. It's a university file, so I think it's pretty reasonable to assume that it is reliable. It's TUE, Technical University of Eindhoven. This is the question. A vertical pipe filled with gas of a density of 0.7 kilograms per meter cubed. Outside the pipe is air of density 1.2 kilograms per meter cubed. In the pipe wall, there are two taps at a vertical distance of 20 meters. The overpressure at the lower tap is 500 pascals. The overpressure means the pressure outside is 500 more than the pressure inside. What is the overpressure at the upper tap? So I don't know if you could follow, but I made this sketch. Here's the ground, here's tap 1, here's tap 2. And in here, there's the lower density, lower density gas, and here's the more density gas. So basically, this is, to me, mind-fucking. So, they say make sure that density is constant throughout the entire pipe. Doesn't make much of a difference. There's 20 meters. But the pressure under the atmosphere, the more atmosphere you have above your head, the more pressure you have above your head. So you would assume, well, down here you have more air pressure than up here. And so, mind-boggling iteration number 1 is, okay, let's find what's up. Like, we need to find the difference in height between these, and then we can find the difference in pressure between them. Okay, I mean, that's fine. You would just find the difference, gravity, density, height, and you find the difference in pressure. No. Here's where Archimedes comes in. He's like, oh, this acts like water. So if you have water on the sides and you have air in the middle, and the tube is blocked off, and it doesn't say in the question that the pipe is blocked off. So I guess you can assume it is or isn't. This should have a higher pressure at the top because it should float above, right? Okay, here's already where you kind of lose me. I'm just kind of like, okay, so the pressure should be higher at the top. But how? The density is uniform. The height is decreasing, so you have less gas from the top pushing on this particular point where we're measuring the pressure. So that doesn't compute well with me. So I was like, nah, I don't agree with this principle. And I thought about it like this. This is a thought experiment, right? This is the ocean on both sides, and here you have a long-ass pipe. Because it was never explicitly said that the pressure inside the pipe would, the pressure is different, but the density is the same. So where the fuck is the extra pressure coming from? So here's where we get, here's the sea, there's the sea. This is a column of air. Imagine we fucking plant a fucking concrete tube in the middle of the ocean. Basically, in my head, I might be ignorant, down here you have higher pressure. Because say you have 100 meters, you have 100 meters of more atmosphere that's pushing down on you, right? So even though you're surrounded by higher density mediums, you still have the pressure down here, which is lower. Well, no, the pressure down here, which is higher than up here. correct? So the teacher assistant tells me, yeah, you're right. But imagine that's not the case. Imagine the diagram isn't like this, but you close the tube at the top. You close the tube at the top, you don't do anything with the air inside. It sounds pretty simple, no? And yet, if you remove like the attachment to the bottom of the ocean floor, the thing just fucking, it starts not hovering above the water. Starts, you know what I mean, it goes to the top of the water. But how? If the density is uniform and it doesn't change, the density is the same, because if the density were to go up, it would create a vacuum down here, which would suck it back down. So the density is the same, uniform across the entire tube. However, if you just block off this piece, you create a higher pressure area up here. Because otherwise it wouldn't go up. Obviously, force, gravity acting down, force acting up, there must be a pressure, there must be a force applied to the top lid to actually make it go up. Yeah? So, I'm just like, what the fuck is causing this force? And I'm still thinking about it to this day. I had this course 2 months ago, and I'm still thinking about it. I'm like, Archimedes, you are either, well, you're a genius. It's already been established for thousands of years. But what's the force acting up? There's no extra molecules bouncing towards the top, because we said the density is the same. And the only three things influencing pressure are density, height, and gravity. And yet, this force still fucking remains. Anyways, this blew my mind. Hope it blew yours. Hope I didn't make the video too long or too boring. I'll keep pondering. See you later.